see more of you on call. We can go to the next slide, Sunetra. So, as I said, we will start with a check-in. Uh, Today's webinar is titled Beyond Classroom, involving parents. So, we want to hear from all of you about a memorable parent-teacher meeting from your school days. You can use the chat box. Some of you can use the raise hand feature and also come on voice and share. But what was a memorable experience that you have or you remember about parent teacher meetings from your school? For me personally, my mother was a teacher at the school where I was studying at. So it meant that my mother never actually came for parent teacher meetings. We used to do it on days when she was free and other teachers had time. Okay, I see one response. Thank you, Manasa. Teachers giving report card. Yes. A lot of tension on marks. Surya, do you want to share about a memorable parent-teacher meeting from your school days while others also share? Avinash is saying test report. Yes, Surya.
So one thing I did not inform that we have parent-teacher meeting on the day, but suddenly my dad came for to visit me. Like, so that day it's happening. So he asked like, why you didn't tell me like that? So I forgot. So a teacher also scolded me for why you are irresponsible in this like that. So it's so memorable thing.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all had many experiences where we didn't tell our parents, right, about our report cards or test marks. I would love to hear from some more of you. Anyone else who would like to share about a memorable, it could be anything. What do you remember about parent-teacher meetings from your school days? Rakesh is saying teachers praise me about my mark. Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you do well, there is a lot of nice things that teachers and parents say. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that. Rakesh, not always very scary. Kumari is a teacher now, I believe. Yeah, the flip side can be a little different and difficult also, I can imagine. Thank you for bringing that other perspective out. We'll wait for a few more responses. Okay, we have one classic case over here. Ravi Shankar has signed his own report card without informing parents about it. Ah, holding from math teacher alone, very relatable. All of us were also not very great at maths, I think. Us as the team are still getting better. Yeah, it can be a very scary moment. I mean, it's just, I'm not sure why it's been made to be so scary, but somehow there's a lot of fear, which is why we don't tell our parents about it. We sign the report cards on their behalf. Very interesting. Thank you so much. Please continue sharing your responses. We will move forward in the interest of time. And thank you, Lily, for mentioning that it was an interactive session. And that's what we are going to be exploring more about while Surya shares, right? Surya, over to you to introduce yourself.
Yeah. So very good evening, everyone. So I am Surya Kumar from Tiruchi district, Tamil Nadu. I joined BTech Biotechnology at SRM Institute of Science and Technology through free scholarship provided by Pudhiya Thalaimurai Foundation. During my college day, I volunteered an NGO called Talent Quest for India. Through that, I got a chance to meet children, went to school and interacted with the children. So I got interested. Uh, so in my college days, like in final year, the Bhumi Fellowship webinar I attended and applied. Then I selected as a Bhumi Fellow cohort 2022. Now I am teaching Maths and English for grade 3. Last year it was grade 2, and also working with other stakeholders of the school. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Surya. And as Surya mentioned, the Bhumi Fellowship is a 2 year journey where the first year is more focused on the classroom for fellows, where across the 2 years, you do teach students. Grade 2 is what Surya is working with. You teach them English and maths. Additionally, in the second year, fellows do a project, which is what today's session is going to be about. Interesting that Surya also attended a webinar, like many of you are attending now. So we hope to see a lot more conversions coming after this call as well. We can move to the next slide, Suneta. Thank you, Surya. Surya, maybe you can start by telling us about your project. If you had to describe your project in one line, what would that be?
So one line about my project is create awareness for the parents and link the community to the school for school development.
Okay, that's interesting. And what made you pick this topic? Because when you introduced yourself, you were talking a little bit about wanting to work with students and your volunteering experience. So, what made you pick involving parents and school development?
Yeah, this is, I have two topics related to this. One thing is related to parents. So I have seen many students are not attentive in my class. Some of the behavior is different. So I wanted to know why they are behaving, why they are not attending. So I visited their house in the evening time after school hour. Then I interacted with their parents and I got to know that most of the parents are uneducated and they are doing a job like daily wages, electrician, delivery boy, housekeepers, some job like that. So they did not get time. They did not spend time with the children a lot. Like they did not know about their what they are learning daily. They did not know. So I feel like parents also the teacher for the children because they are mostly they are in the house comparing to school hours. Um, so they are learning from parents also. So I feel like parents should know what how they are behaving with others, how they are learning from others. Yeah. So then second one is school management committee. Uh, School management committee is the school level committee formed by government order. Mm, This committee is bridge between community and the school. Each school have different needs and a plan, but school and SMC committee work together to analyze the needs of the school and area of improvement, and they will plan according like if the school needs maybe for example the school needs the toilet facility and that. So school management committee will work with school management and they will make a plan and they will sanction the money and they will construct the building like that. So SMC members are in our school. SMC school management committee is there, but the members are not actively engaged in school related activities. They just come and attend the meeting and they went out. Then they don't involve themselves in the school activity. So I wanted them to engage in school activities for school development.
Right. And that's a very interesting thought because usually we don't see parents as leaders in the school. In my school, at least, parents would come during parent teacher meetings. That's it, like many of you are sharing, right? But here, Surya is also talking a little bit about how parents can also be leaders and be involved in developing the school itself. Surya, do you want to talk a little bit about why this is so important, especially for a government school or for a low income school?
So one thing, SMC is kind of committee. They will mainly focus on school development. In government schools, they don't know how to spend money, but they have funds like government sanctioning some funds, but they don't know which place we need to work on. And all. So, school management committee role is identify the needs of the school in that place. In our mainly most of the government schools are like they will fill the basic needs like water facilities and all, but coming for technological support like Wi-Fi and that they don't involve. But if the community also include in that, they can ask question like why our school has no Wi-Fi facility, why we don't have this. So SMC is kind of monitoring channel. So they will monitor how the school works, why the things are not happening in the school and all. So if in some of school from other district like that, so I referred some material. So school management committee is working on school development. Like they collected fund for school development. They build a new building and all. So that I wanted our school members to do this in my school.
Great, and that's so inspiring to hear, right? And I think that will also take the pressure off the HM, who is a school leader. Sometimes one person leading can feel very overwhelming, but when it's a group of people who are coming together to lead, that shares the responsibility also. So we have been talking a lot. Over to the audience now. We have a couple of questions because we want to hear from you. So we talked a little bit about the school management committee, but we want to hear from you in the chat. Who are the members of the school management committee? There are no wrong answers. Would request everyone to put in your thoughts. Who do you think are the members of the school management committee? Okay, parents, yes. Teachers, okay. Teachers also, I hear. Principal, school admin, okay. We'll wait for a few more responses before we reveal. Teachers, HM, students, okay, interesting. Village staff, principal, teachers, administrator, okay. Good to see that everyone is engaged and participating actively. A lot of students, teachers, local representatives. Great, Nikita. Great point. Okay, we can reveal the answer, I guess. And all of you have got it spot on, right? So it is parents, guardians of children, elected members of local representatives, like Nikita very rightly shared, teachers, and also local educators. This could be volunteers, it could be representatives from NGOs also, or whoever is in the school or is a local educator. Surya, do you want to share a little bit more about the structure of a school management committee?
Yeah. So these are the members will be there in the school management committee. Mm. So in school management committee must include 75% of the parents of the school and also 50% of the women representative in the school. So one teacher and HM will be the mentor for the SMC. Also, we have two local body representatives and one NGO or educator will be there in SMC. So maybe I can talk about the role. The role of SMC would be like monitoring performance of like attendance of the student and supervising midday meal scheme. Is it going or not like that? So they can formulate the school development plan. So they will formulate the plan for annual. They will create an annual plan for school. Then they will implement the plan. That is also the rights. Also, they will audit school fund. How much the fund sanction for the school and how much they are spending for uh, which uh, which category and all they can audit.
Thank you, Surya. And this is what Surya has picked up as his project because the guidelines for a school management committee is already part of the government regulations. Everything is coming from the government already, but Surya is working on implementing this and ensuring that the committee is actually strong and does have power to take decisions and develop the school, right? So we have one more question and would love to hear from all of you again. We can go to the next slide. So this one is interesting. It's related to what Surya had shared earlier about children not having support at home, right? So many of us, we might come from a little more privileged, well-off backgrounds. Some of us might have faced some challenging circumstances ourselves. Please use the chat box to share what percentage of mothers of government school children have studied grade 11 and beyond. So they have to have completed their grade 10 and then gone to grade 11 and done higher than that. So it could be a wild guess also. What percentage do you think? Avinash? Okay, there's a wide range 5%, 30, 70%. Wow, okay. Huge difference 15%, 60, and 2 to 3%. Okay, some of you seem very, there's a wide spectrum. some very skeptical people in the room, some very optimistic people in the room. 30s, lots of 30s, 50s, 20s. Okay. Many of you are very close, I'd like to say. We can reveal the answer now, Suneta. All of those who said 10%, please pat yourself on the back, because as per the report, annual status of education report that was conducted in 2020, under 10%, 9.4. So nearly 10% of mothers who have studied grade level and beyond. I see that some of you have also mentioned you were government school students. So I'm sure you have also faced, if not yourself, then maybe the people around you could have also faced similar situations, right? We emphasized mothers here because the mother in many low income households, I hope I'm audible now. So the mother in many low income households usually spends a lot of time at home when they are not working. So if the mother herself is not aware of what kind of role she can play in supporting the child, the mother doesn't have education, then how can they help the children with their learning, right? Okay, we will move on to the next slide. A lot of people sharing that they are also from government schools. Please share your experiences on chat as well, right? There is a lot to learn from the group as well, and we look forward to learning from you. So before we go into what's on the slide, maybe Surya, do you want to share about what outcomes have you thought about for your project?
Yeah. So one thing, like we are conducting parents meeting 3 months once to in our school. There's not there is no proper structure for parents meeting. We are going to conduct 3 months once and involving parents to visit the classroom, and we'll give a chance to interact with teacher personally, like one-to-one interaction for knowing the children's behavior and learning outcome. For SMC, conduct a SMC meeting every month, but we make sure all the members attend the meeting every month, and we invite SMC members to all the event happening in the school. Like last month, we conducted student election in our school, so we invited them to engage in volunteering work. Like they volunteered in helping us to in the election process and counting the votes and all. So the outcome will be like parents aware the role at the end of this year. Maybe they will aware the role in the children's learning outcome, and they will spend some time with their children every day. For SMC actively engaging school activities like developing plans for school and implementing it, and audit and review the plans, like where we are in, to what we are going to, and all. So SMC member will do. That is our expected outcome.
Great. Thank you, Surya. And I'm very excited to see what this can look like in action also. Now, the fellowship is a 2-year program, as we have been repeating. And Surya will be leaving next year, right? So, Surya, do you want to talk about how you see this initiative sustaining even after you leave the fellowship?
Yeah. So one thing, when I understand that for 1 year, so teacher and HM know the problems and needs of the school, but they don't know how to solve it. They need some guidance. So if we show them some examples, kind of thing, creating new spaces for parents and HM students, creating some new ideas, then they will take this up. If it is working or if it work, then they will take this to next year or something. This is kind of we are placing a proper system in school for this year. So if the system will be stable, then if even the teacher go out, the next teacher also will continue the same process and procedure. So it will continue till uh, the end of the year.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Just 1 minute. Yes, so sorry about that. Thank you for sharing, Surya. And that's quite powerful, right? If we focus on systems and making them strong, then of course it doesn't matter who comes in. Anyone can come in and take over and make the system stay and continue for a longer time, and the children benefit out of it, of course. Now, the problem seems really vast, right? I mean, only 9.5% of mothers who are educated. How can we address this? And at Bhumi, we do recognize that it's not possible for one person to uh, kind of come in and make the change, which is why we also emphasize that our fellows work actively with the parents, teachers, and the HMs. We can go on to the next slides. Yeah. Thank you, Sunetra. After this also. Yes. All of this keeps happening usually. I'm sure all of you who are well versed with Zoom calls, at least 3 technical challenges in one call. That's fine. So, like I was saying, there are so many children in the country right now who do not have access to quality education or the support at home. And even though, thanks to the Right to Education Act, a lot of children are in school right now. In fact, our enrollment is higher than 100%. The quality is still a question mark, right? Many of you sharing on chat also. I have to ask, what was the quality of education like, and what would you do like to do to make a change? And that's why it's great to have all of you, so many of you on call as well, because the solution is right here with us, right? All of you come in, be a part of the movement, and like Surya, better than Surya, you come up with your own ideas, take it to your hometowns, whether it's Assam, Bihar, Pune, Telangana, so a lot of different responses, and improve the quality of education in those regions. And with that, we can move into Q&A. So maybe Sunetra, we can pause sharing screen and we can look at responses in the chat box. Any questions that any of you have about the fellowship, anything you heard Surya share about that you want to ask about Bhumi, anything that you would like to know, you can put it on chat. And we will be responding on chat and on voice as well. Hi, Komal. How should I prepare for the telephonic interview is a question that has come up. Okay. So, Surya, would you like to share how can you prepare for the telephonic interview?
So actually, I did not prepare for telephonic interview. I was in the college hostel. Just phone came. So, one thing I prepare like what skills I have in what I have put it in my resume. So that one I prepare. I did not prepare a lot for telephonic interview, but I cleared.
Can I come in here? Amazing. Thanks, Surya, for being so candid and sharing your experience. But yeah, I mean, just adding on to what Surya shared, I think his response is more about just being authentic, just be yourself. Yeah, so the telephonic interview is just to know more about you as a person and what you have done in the past and why you want to do the fellowship. So just having that clarity would really help. So it's just about you and why the fellowship. I hope that answers.
I see another question which maybe I can take. Let me find the name of this person. Kavya Shri has asked, what's after fellowship? What's the career opportunities we can get? So Kavya Shri and all of you, we do have placements. We do prepare you in terms of preparing your resume, connecting you with organizations in the development sector. So we will support you in the entire process, and we have a very extensive network. We will identify organizations based on your interest and also some suggestions from our end as well. Also, an example is me. I would say I finished the fellowship and I came back and joined Bhumi because that was something I wanted to do as a program manager. So if you are interested and there is alignment in values, you can come back to Bhumi also, right? What are the quality skills fellows required to get selected? I'd say skills can be built. We do a lot of skill development in the fellowship also. Surya can attest to that maybe. But we do look for cause connect essentially. how much do you want to bring about a change in the system? What kind of change do you want to bring about? We look more for your approach, your intent, essentially. Sunetra, something you would like to add here?
I think you have covered almost all, honestly, but just to add, that passion is what we are looking for. So not skill per se, but what you are really interested in. Of course, how you explain yourself, how you present yourself will be something that we will look into even during the selection process, like personal interview and final assessment. So just how to present yourself would be good. How to like how to articulate means share your experiences in detail would be really helpful. And an attitude which says like not not shying away within the face of challenges, time of challenges. So yeah, that would be really helpful. I think there is one more question that probably I can take up. It says fellowship has available, like, is it available in all states? I think this is something that I addressed to at the very beginning, Sarvaji. So just to clarify, the fellowship is currently only operational in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. But we also, but while I say that, we are open to applications from across India. But we really, really want to see you coming down, coming to the fellowship and bring change, a holistic change in the schools in Tamil Nadu as of now. Yeah. I also hear someone saying that what happens if you do not continue for full 2 years? The idea is to ensure that you are committing to yourself first and also to the organization and the school that you're working with, the teachers, the students, and all the other stakeholders, right, that you shared. It is a commitment. So we want to see you grow. It's not only just a 1 year process where you just build relations, because honestly, first year is to understand and build relations with the stakeholders, with the school. Second year is actually mostly going to be a lot about you transitioning, developing yourself as better leaders, right? Doing projects and so on. So it is a planned process. We want to see you throughout the 2 years.
We can take up some of the other questions also, Sunetra. So, Surya, maybe you want to address one of these questions. Do we work with other stakeholders, like in policy making or advocacy with government?
So, yeah, we are going to work with other stakeholders in school only, not in policy making, governance level. But we are going to work with teachers, parents, and HM and kind of SMC members. It's kind of only school development only, not in the policy level.
I would like to add here that depending on the project that you choose to take up, you will get the option of working with the local body representatives. If in case you pick a project that is in the community, right? So I think that also depends on your project, but I would say possibilities are unlimited essentially. But currently we are not doing it, like Surya very rightly shared. Another question maybe you want to take up, Surya. Some of the current challenges fellows are facing, and yeah, I'm not too clear on the second half of the question. You want to talk about any challenges you face specific to the project, maybe?
Yeah. So in my project, one thing is connecting with the parents is difficult because parents, most of them are uneducated. I understand. So we don't know how to approach the parents. So we are talking to parents a lot, but still the changes from the parents is not their one thing. Also, in related to other stakeholders like teachers or something, some teacher will be in uh, like stable mindset. They don't want to change their self and all. So we are creating impact in the teacher mindset also. Still we are facing problem. So for every initiative we have to ask a lot of time, more time to do with the teachers and all. That is something different, difficult to collaborate with teachers while taking initiative.
And government school teachers are very experienced also, as many of you might already know, right? So it can be difficult, especially when we are young, going in and trying to bring about some change. One of the questions that seems to be recurring is about place. We are currently based in Tamil Nadu, so if selected, you will have to relocate. Currently in Chennai, but Next year, we have some big plans. Tamil Nadu for sure, but yes, you will have to relocate. Language is not a barrier. Um, I myself did not speak very good Tamil, and we also have many outstation fellows, like I mentioned earlier, from Bihar, West Bengal, Rajasthan, who also do not speak Tamil, but they are doing quite well in the fellowship right now. So, whichever place you are from, come in. We will help you with the language and culture and setting in, right? I see Dhanakonda Indupriya, if I'm saying your name correctly. You have raised your hand. Is there a question you would like to unmute and ask?
Yes, ma'am. I posted chat box, ma'am. What's my queries? I'm submitted my application, but still shows pending, ma'am. Is it I missed any content or it's verification under verification process? I didn't understand. Please explain once, please, ma'am.
Hello, hi. I think I have just posted a response to the question that you have also asked. I see some of you have asked this question. So please wait until the next 8 to 10 days, working days from the time you have submitted your application to hear back from us. We are, as a team, we are working towards ensuring that you are communicated as early as possible. So you will be notified via email itself what your next steps look like. Yeah, just be very agile with looking into your inbox.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
So I see somebody has asked that if you have to move to Tamil Nadu, and I'm assuming that you are not from Tamil Nadu, how to interact with parents? Very valid question. Just to give an example of a lot of fellows who have actually come from outside Tamil Nadu who do not speak the language. We have people who come from north, come from the east, and of course, similar issue, right? But honestly, there is a lot of support systems available already in like you, it is in your reach. For example, teachers become supporters, right? Like teachers, when you start talking to them, when they know who you are, and also the fact that you are not from the city, from the state, you will definitely be supported by them. You might also have co-fellows in your school, so in that case, you will also have that their support. And of course, students. I think that's the best supporter like you can think of. Students also start communicating, supporting you with translating into Tamil. So do not worry. I wouldn't say that it's a cakewalk, but it is a challenge. But I'm sure you will have enough resources to support.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 minute, Pawan, before we come to your question. We don't mandate that everyone takes up projects that involve parents. Surya has taken this up based on his interest. So I'm sure you will find your interest area also in the fellowship. Of course, you need to be very actively involved with the parents of your students. But the rest can be learned, like Sunetra very rightly mentioned. I hope that clarifies. Over to you, Pawan.
Ma'am, I am from Andhra Pradesh, ma'am. What about stipend and accommodation, ma'am, if I select for fellowship?
I can take it up. So hi, Pawan.
Yeah,
I hope
ma'am.
I got the name correct. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
So we have already mentioned it's also there on the website. I very much urge all of you to go and do homework on the website, look through the different questions under FAQ. I think 80 to 90% of your questions will be answered there. But since you've brought it up here, so the stipend amount is 30,000, right? Where 25,500 will be given to you as a monthly stipend, and the rest of the 4,000 will be given to you as a 1 lakh seed fund at the end of the successful completion of the 2 years of the fellowship. This is how it looks like. As we already said, we really want leaders like you to become even entrepreneurs, start off something of your own. Could be a school, could be a NGO, could be a project that you have picked up in your second year. Hence, to answer to that, we would want all of you to be a part of the program and also start something of your own with the support of the seed fund. Then,
Ma'am, we want to set the accommodation, or you may provide for the accommodation for us.
Let me tell you here how this post selections after you are hired, what happens. So basically, the first month of the program before you actually are placed in a school, you will go through an intense training process of 1 month. During that 1 month of the training process, we will be supporting you with stay as well as food. But post that 1 month, you will be given a week's time approx, where you will be expected to look for a place in the city. And trust me, you will make a lot of friends with the fellows, the other co-fellows in the city. So definitely all of you can take support of each other and look for a place that's most appropriate for you. I mean, all our cohort fellows have done that. I'm sure you will be there as well. Yeah, I hope that
Okay.
answers.
Okay, thank you.
Something I can take up. Does the fellowship include working with other programs of Bhumi? Surya, please add on. There are opportunities for a lot of different collaborations. And one of the things is that the fellowship is not the only educational program we have. We have programs like EcoChamps, Young Scientist program, which you can also take to your school. And this is working with the other teams, right? Surya, anything to add here?
Yeah, also we have lead by design and all this.
You need to be a little louder, Surya.
Yeah. So also we collaborate with other NGO or other organizations to work with children, to engage parents and teachers. So you also volunteered in other Bhumi activities if you are interested to do.
Yes, Bhumi's main spirit mission is rooted in volunteering and the education program that was also born out of it. So feel free to volunteer in any of our programs. All opportunities will be open to you. I see some questions are asking about online internships and programs. The website will have updates regarding this. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates, LinkedIn too. Keep an eye out. Our social media team has been very active with sharing opportunities. I'm sure there will be some online ones as well. Sunetra, maybe we can drop the main Bhumi website also here. Okay, they're interested to do further. Palela Suman, that would depend on the roles that you're applying for and the kind of organizations that you're going to do so. For anything else, you can look at the Bhumi website. Yes, thank you, Sunetra. Sunetra, quick time check. How much time do we have available to us?
It is 6:44, so exactly 1 minute to close. But yeah, that doesn't mean we can't answer to their questions. We can definitely take all the questions, but best way to do it is by sending us an email. And I'm putting that down while you can take.
Yeah, thank you all so much for engaging. It's been lovely to hear from you, right from the check-in till the Q&A. I think I am personally very motivated to do this more often, right? Surya, any closing thoughts from you? How are you feeling now?
So I'm feeling happy to share my experience with future leaders. Maybe try to apply, try to select us well on. Please join with us to make impact in our government schools. Mostly government school will work, so maybe low income schools can work and you can create an impact. Please try to apply and select and join with us for creating more impact on education system. Thank you so much for attending the webinar.
Thank you,
Hello,
Surya.
ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Do we have time, Sunetra?
We do not actually. It would be best if you can write an email to us. Sorry, I didn't hear who was the person speaking. Best way to go about is to drop us an email. We will be available. Please expect 2 to 3 days time to respond to the email that you come up with. This is the QR code for those who have not yet started registering and applying. our next application deadline is September 17th. So please take your time to go through the application, going through it, taking time, giving your best shot. 100% detailed responses will only get you to go to the next round and join the fellowship team ultimately. Yeah, this is a QR code or a scanner. Maybe you can all take some few seconds to do the same and join us super soon. Maybe another minute we can present, and yeah. All right. If you all have taken few seconds to do this, great. Would really, really love to end the call with a lot of gratitude to all those who have joined us today. I think it was a huge number of people who have joined, showed interest, asked very valuable questions. We are looking forward to you joining the team very soon and bringing the change that we wish to. All the very best to everybody. You can take some more few seconds to scan those of you who have not. We will also be sharing it in the group. I hope all of you have also joined the WhatsApp group to know the further steps. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much and have a good evening. Thank you, Surya. Thank you,
To everyone. Bye. Have a good evening. Weekend ahead.